champs under the lights on Sunday night.
Well, they love their football in the East Bay, and the NFL has once again returned to Oakland, California. Just ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game. We've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Dreadnoughts of Oakland. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one. The fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his fourth season in the NFL.
All in all, he was pretty solid in the victory in the wild card round and threw a couple of touchdowns. And when it comes to quarterback play, you'd always love spectacular. But in the playoffs, you'll take solid. And that's exactly what they're looking for. Again in this contest.
They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive. Able to power through. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They'll take that 14 yards on play number one.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. They're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run once more with Stevenson. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. It'll go to the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head. 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
1 first down here, and that's all. this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On fourth down, on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. That's taken on the 25. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up so he could use the rest, and I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one, because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown. A great play there. 59 yards. And the Dreadnoughts are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Well, we knew they had the crowd on their side. Their defense has already made a stop, and now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, how about the defense making the stop, offense feeling their momentum that they've generated, and turning into points on their side. So now you get a team working together, and they get the crowd involved fully on their side in this ball game.
And in this playoff atmosphere, that 12th man means even more. Moody good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? Well, on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season... What would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoffs. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
It becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Checking this down to Stevenson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes it to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Back to throw now on 1st down. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
On 2nd down, it's Stevenson. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they? man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for the touchdown. A great effort there. 75 yards. And the Dreadnoughts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now Moody for the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Finds his man. There's Jordan Addison. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Just 3 catches in the wild card victory for him a week ago, and now he's got his first here, and it's good for a first down. Back to throw here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Stevenson. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early in the first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll look to throw here. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Oh, another ball up for grabs here, and this one is intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
The extra point try now for Moody. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
Troy Anderson gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
He'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Fielded at the 43. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A great return there of 22 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking for Campbell downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Short throw caught by Pitts.
And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he completes it to Hunt. They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They'll set up a throw. His pass caught at the 4. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and
he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Dreadnoughts continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Moody good with the extra point.
And the route is on here in this first half.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll drop to throw. Addison hauls it in. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
The offense on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez now to punt this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on a 6-yard return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
They'll roll him out right. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Now this throw caught left side. And he goes diving to get as much as he can following a big gain. A nice little cherry on top there at the end.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. Now an option play, and he'll keep it.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Dreadnoughts are able to add on to their first half lead. Moody good with the extra point.
And the route is on here in this first half.
Dreadnoughts 42, Vikings nothing.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
So the Vikings now heading on to the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Up the middle, here's Stevenson.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
First down, Vikings.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10.
Shifts past him at the 45. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
60 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Down the right sideline. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without touchdown.
Kyle Pitts from 13 yards out. And the Dreadnoughts extend their lead yet again. Now Moody for the PAT.
And the route is on here in this first half. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Offense gets set to go, and there's Ramondre Stevenson.
He's doing his thing. He's got some good yardage, but his team right now in the second quarter, 0 points.
Just not a complete formula. Half of it's there, being able to run the ball and set the tone. Wonder if they may have to go to some play action, throw off the run game, and try and get the ball in the end zone.
I was just going to ask you that same thing. Maybe you use that run now to set up the pass, right?
I would think so, because the run has been very effective for them.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 71 yards.
And the Vikings are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
Extra point right down the middle. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone, because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the after run.
Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That ball caught by Campbell. Touchdown! A great effort there. 39 yards.
And the Dreadnoughts will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Moody good with the extra point.
And the route is on here in this first half.
56, Vikings 7. Jake Moody to kick off.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half.
And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Manage managing risk. This is a big decision here.
2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. This is caught by Addison. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a first down.
A gain of 26 yards. First down, Minnesota.
He'll drop to throw. They set up the screen for Stevenson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. One final go for this offense here in this first half. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. He's got him in, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down. Back to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. Now a signal in the timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Touchdown! A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dreadnoughts will extend their lead here just before halftime. Moody good with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we've come upon halftime. Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. This offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
He sets to fire deep. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Throw left side complete. That's Campbell. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 22 yards there, a first down.
The partner still in the third quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the fourth quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process. Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Got a man on the right sideline. It's Campbell. Touchdown! A great effort there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dreadnoughts are pouring it on. Extra point try now for Moody. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And the drive starts with a carry by Stevenson.
And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21.
67 yards rushing for him now to this point. From the 21, here's 2nd and 3.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking left side, he's got a man. That's Stevenson. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
First down, Vikings.
Straight ahead, it's Stevenson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They'll set up to throw.
He'll get this into the hands of Stevenson.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And 3rd and 8 now.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll try the left side with Stevenson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 46-yard line.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. And now out comes Minnesota. Well, we're still... So there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 83 yards receiving now for him on the afternoon as he's got a first down here. He'll look to throw. Pressure comes and down he goes. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5 and now it's second down. They'll look to throw here. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down. The Vikings send out their punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. Here's a give up the middle, and he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. 103 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Trey Hendrickson in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
And now here's a carry heading left. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Joe Tryon drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up fourth down.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Looking for Campbell downfield. And it's caught. Touchdown. A big play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Dreadnoughts are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this fourth quarter lead. Moody good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. They'll try and start this drive in the air. In trouble, and he's taken down. Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time, multiple guys get to it.
Pardon my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ballgame.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Ball on the 30 now. Here's second down at a yard. Back to throw again. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They'll run for it. It's Stevenson. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. So they get the conversion on fourth, and now from the 25, they operate with a 1st and 10. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, That's certainly something to take pride in.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Room here to run. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all, but in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they've earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and then trying to hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. He'll look to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
It's taken to the 26.
A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return.
And that will come the offense as they take over.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And it would appear that that first round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round and they look to book a spot in the conference championship.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just floated from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down.
Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
They go play action here on first down. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Here's 2nd and 10.
He'll drop to throw. Looking for Campbell downfield. And he's got it inside the 10. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. But maybe some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away.
Able to push his way through. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. And out now come the Vikings.
CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
That incompletion brings us one snap closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Under pressure, and down he goes. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Returnable here from the 38. A good return there, 17 yards.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late 4th quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
So they decline the holding penalty and will take the down instead, as that leads us to 4th.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that will extend their lead even further.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive, because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the 1st quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game. But to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Now, they knew this would be tough on the road, divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this 4th quarter.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.